Greetings, Judah. DFG getting flight. Hey guys, I just want to take a quick little moment. I want to share a video with you. Here it is. It's 2021. This video, I guess, was posted maybe a couple of days ago, but it was brought back to my attention again. Well, it was brought to my attention this morning, but I think this video has been out about a couple of days. And this video is about a celebration, and it's such a shocking, for lack of a better word, I mean, in the sheer abomination of it. The shocking and the sheer abomination of it. And and I'm going to show this. When you watch this video, I want you to really think deep, and I want you to reflect on it. And if this video message resonates with you, then I want you to share it, okay? But I want you to, again, to pay close attention to what you see. And then I'm going to give you some information that hopefully will broaden your understanding, especially the ladies out there, the sisters of and the mothers, of Israel, and in particular, Judah. All right? But I'm going to give you the video first, and I'm going to give you some information right after that. But I want you to watch this video and just the nature of what's going on here. And again, I will elaborate on it, okay? Crying, tears of joy, happiness. Just a great celebration. Look at that. Look how proud they are. Look how proud they are. You saw that, right? You want to know what that big, great Mardi Gras type celebration was about? Victorious celebration was about? If you speak Spanish, you probably already know. But if you don't, let me help you to understand this. And Yah will put the words in my mouth. So excuse my struggling, because there's a sorrow inside of my heart. And so this message will come out however it comes out. But this celebration is a celebration because legislation was passed in Argentina, the country of Argentina, South America. Legislation was passed that it was okay to kill unborn children. That's what all those tears were about. That's what all that celebration, jumping up and down and hugging, that's what it was about. That's what it was about, killing of children. And I'm going to tell you something. Like many other South American countries, in North America, I might add, these people are so-called Christians. These people are and not only Christians, well, maybe it's Catholicism, but it's Christianity. I mean, you'll see religious shrines in their homes, crosses, statues all over their country. And I mean, these people are hardcore so-called Christians. And they are celebrating something that is no way, if Christianity lines up with Yah, is no way they could celebrate that. No way. And I don't know. There's no way they could celebrate that. But I'm going to give you some information on why, if you are a believer, again, to my sisters, to my brothers too, but to my sisters, if you are a believer, then you have to trust the word of Yah, and you have to keep the word of Yah before anything. And there are some things that Yah will forgive us for. There's no question about it. There are some things he will. But the shedding of innocent blood, he will never forgive that. That was the whole condemnation of Cain and Abel. It It was not only was there a murder, but it was a murder. It was a shedding of innocent blood. And Yah said the blood, the innocent blood of Cain cried out from the ground, from the grave of the unjust act of his brother Cain. Shedding innocent blood, there is no forgiveness. Vengeance will come upon the heads and the people, any people of our nation. And unfortunately, many of them South Americans are part of our tribes. But the condemnation and the judgment that will come from Yah because of this kind of behavior, that's not only going on there, but right here in the United States. You see all the Planned Parenthood and you see all the celebrations, the whole pro-choice thing. Now I'm just going to give you scripture and you can make up your own mind. If you are a believer, I'm going to give you some scripture. Watch this. I'm going to show you exactly what Yah has to say about what you just saw. Okay? First, to give you some context. All right? Let's go here to the book of Deuteronomy. All right? Got it here. Cipher. Let's go to the book of Deuteronomy. Let's go to chapter 28, verse 68. And Yahuwah shall bring you into Egypt again with ships. By the way whereof I spoke unto you, you shall see it no more again. And there you shall be sold unto your enemies, for bondsmen and bondswomen, and no man shall buy you. In other words, he's talking about the transatlantic slave trade. This is what Moses is telling the people that's going to happen again to us. And here we are. So where is Egypt? Where did those ships go? To the Americas, both North and South America, including the diaspora. Talking about all of the, the West Indies and those islands out there in the Atlantic. All right? All of that is where we were sold into as slaves, bondmen and bondwomen. And just to give you some additional context, what Yah said, don't do. Let's get into that. What should we be doing? So we've already read where Egypt is. And you can look on the back of your dollar bill, go to D.C., and you can see the pyramids and everything. If you don't think America is a big part of Egypt, it most certainly is, my brothers and my sisters. But let's go over to the book of Leviticus to give you some additional clarity here. This is what it says. I'm going to start reading for you at chapter 18. Not a lot, but let me give you something to compare and contrast. Leviticus chapter 18. And Elohim spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, and say unto them, I am Elohim, your Yahuwah. After the doings of the land of Egypt, wherein you dwelt, you shall not do. So he's saying whatever goes on in America, we have no business being a part of it. He's telling us whatever their traditions, whatever their customs are, we shall not do. And then he goes on to say, and after the doings of the land of Canaan, where I bring you, you shall not do, neither shall you walk in their ordinances. You shall do my judgments and keep my ordinances and walk therein. I am Elohim, your Yahuwah. Now you might say, well, what are some of the things he's talking about that we should not do? Well, I'm going to take you over to the same chapter, but let's move over to verse 21. All right? And this is what it says. And thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass through the fire of Moloch, neither shalt thou profane the name of Yah. I am Elohim. You know what it means by pass through the fire of Moloch? That means that Egypt would be killing their babies. That's what it means. Okay, let me read it to you again. Thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass through the fire of Moloch. Do you know when you go to these places and you participate in this, that is satanic, that is wickedness, that is Baal worship, that is blood sacrifice, the murdering of children, that is innocent blood being spilled. And you can call it pro-choice, you can call it whatever you want to call it. It does not matter what you call it. What you better be thinking about how Yah is going to judge it. And he's going to judge it with all severity. And you look at that atrocity in Argentina. But it's no different. I'm sure you'll find it in New York or San Francisco or any other major city in these so-called United States. quote unquote, Egypt. Then he goes on to say, on verse 22, thou shalt not lie with a man, thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. In other words, he's talking now homosexuality. Why? He said because it's an abomination. What is an abomination? Something that's detestable before the eyes of Yah. And then he goes on to even show you just how wicked Egypt. Oh, and that Canaan, that's Africa. And I suspect all of Europe was at one time all of Africa. Probably even Australia was a part of Africa. You probably had all of Africa, which is all of Europe, Argentina, and the continent of Africa is all connected, and Australia was connected to that area at one time. And then you probably had Asia on the other side. So when he's talking about Canaan, he's talking, we're not supposed to do any of those things of any of those people. And most of those people are either Canaanites, so-called Africans, or whatever they are, Hamites, and then the so-called East side, from the Caucasus Mountains, the Neanderthals, the children of the fallen ones. He goes on, and this is what they were doing. They were aborting their kids. They were slaughtering and killing innocent kids for double sacrifice. Then they were promoting homosexuality. And then on top of that, here's the next thing they were doing. And thou shalt not lie with any beast to defile thyself. Neither shall any woman stand before a beast to lie down thereunto. It is confusion. Having sex with dogs and cows and cats and goats, horses, donkeys. Yeah, they were doing that and they're still doing it. And then you're going to see they're marrying their animals now. Come on, guys. The time you heard me say, well, you can walk behind a dog and pick up his shit. You'll do anything. Even the dog looks at you strange like, what the hell are you doing? I'm supposed to cover that up. That is filth. But they don't care. And we have taken on, Judah has taken on those ways. He said we should not do it. He said, and the land is defiled. Therefore I will visit the iniquity upon them, and the land itself I will vomit it out her inhabitants. That's what he said. I'm going to vomit them out. I'm going to destroy them. Now this is the word of Yah. And this is what I've just shared, and this is what I'm sharing with you in 2021. You know, 2020, we've just gone through, and Yah opened the eyes of many of us to see what we needed to see in terms of who the heathens were, how wicked they were, and then secondly, he opened your eyes to understand who you are, Judah. And many of you guys have taken on the ways. He says, do not take upon the ways of the heathen. And what are the ways of the heathen? I've just read it to you. What are the things that we have embraced as a people? Abortions, homosexuality, and bestiality. And Yah say, I'm going to vomit this abomination, and I'm going to pass the wickedness. I'm going to pass my judgment on you for your wickedness. And I'm telling you, my brothers and sisters, this is 2021. You know, it's entering 2021. That's supposed to be the age of maturity. 21, right? When a person, they can drink, they can do a whole bunch of things they couldn't do, right? Not that I'm promoting drinking. I'm just simply saying 21 is when you supposedly officially go into adulthood. So I wonder what that means. I'm sure these wicked devils and the deep state and the shadows out there, you know, the children of the fallen ones have some very special plan for your coming out, so to speak. But I'm going to tell you, Judy, you better not only come out, you better separate. You better look, and you better make a decision right now. We all have to make a decision right now. Either we're going to be for Yah or we're going to be for the wickedness of this planet. And if you choose the wickedness of this planet, you just heard what Yah said. I'm going to vomit you and I'm going to put all iniquity upon you. So you think 2020 was bad. You watch what's going to happen in 2021. You know, but how sad. Big old giant celebration, hugging, crying, you know, just going wild. And why? Because now it's legal to kill innocent babies. Still inside of supposed to be the most protected place that they could possibly be. Nesting in the wombs of their mothers. Yah will judge it. The question is, where will you be standing? Will you continue to take them on the ways of Eden, or will you walk away? Your decision. Bye now.